Yeah, okay, love, I believe you. Callie must have slipped you something without you knowing it.
Yeah, well, I don't know how she did it, but Mrs. Reynolds doesn't believe me, and I'm in big trouble.
Don't you worry. I'll talk to Reb about it, see what she can do.
Thanks.
Desmond, visiting hours are over. The governor wants to see you right now.
Oh, who do we have here?
I don't know. No one's been able to get a word out of her. Either she's a mute or just playing dumb.
Well, how are we supposed to communicate with her? Do you have to keep those handcuffs on her?
As soon as you sign these papers, she's all yours. Until then, we're not taking any chances. She's got away from us twice already.
Right, come on, down on the white line. Come along. Now, your name is... Well, I'll have to call you Jane Doe. You're on remand, having been charged with dangerous driving, failure to stop at the scene of an accident, driving without a licence, and theft of a motor vehicle. Is that correct?
Good luck. Thanks. She didn't have any belongings, but she's got a prayer book on her. Wouldn't try and take it away unless you're wearing shin pads and a baseball helmet.
Well, perhaps the prayer book will give us some clue to her identity.
No. Look, they've tried every Middle Eastern dialect they know on her. No response. I don't know what you're going to do with her. See you.
Right. All right, my dear. Come along. Mrs. Slattery, you'll have to take over here. I'll have to talk to Mrs. Reynolds about this one.
Sure.
Mrs. Slattery will take you to the showers where you will wash. Understand? Come on.
I just want to know why you stepped down.
Does it matter? I never wanted the job in the first place.
Well, if it's because of the Sarah Higgins murder...
No, it's got nothing to do with it.
Then what was it?
Tired, that's all. I'm tired of the responsibility, the squabbles. I've had enough.
All right, but you really think that Keane is the most suitable person to take over?
Who knows?
Come in.
Oh, sorry for interrupting. I wanted to have a word with you.
Mara, could you wait outside, please?
Sure.
Well, we've got another problem on our hands. The new prisoner. We don't know her name, and we don't know how to communicate with her.
I know. The police are doing their best to identify her for us. They're checking with immigration, and they're publishing a photo in the papers, hoping that someone will recognise her and come forward.
Well, what do we do in the meantime? How is she going to fend for herself against people like Kelly? We don't even know if she can yell for help.
That's why I've asked Desmond to wait. Maybe she can look after her until we sort it out. I'm having her moved in with Pixie as well.
Good. Well, let's hope they have better luck communicating with her than I did.
Oh, you're not alone. Most of us try to block things out. It's nature's way of healing wounds.
Well, I can't now that I'm pregnant. Oh, I am being forced to make a decision, and I don't want to.
Well, you don't have to. You can let the pregnancy continue and just play it day by day. But is that the way you want to live your life?
I don't know.
Let's just talk it through. If you did have the baby, would you think about keeping it?
I guess so. Of course, I couldn't wipe out the fact that the father was...
Go on, say it. Get your feelings clear.
I could put it up for adoption. I mean, I could still work and...
Come on, you're doing fine.
No, I'm not. I'm just avoiding the real problem. And that is that I'm 43. And I know all the risks involved.
If it helps, I can sympathize with you. I've been in your position. I was raped and became pregnant and was just as frightened and terrified as you are. And I finally decided that aborting was the only solution. But it doesn't stop me wondering whether I made the right or wrong decision. I wish I could help you more, but the final decision has to be made by you.
Well, what do you know? Pumpkins. Nearly ready for picking, too.
Well, they're all yours, Frank. Can't stand them.
Oh, you just haven't had the right recipe. I know a lulu of a way to make them taste real good.
Come on, let's get stuck into it. We're too bloody close to the fence for my liking.
Well, at least they're taking a bit of notice of what you said before.
Yeah, a lot of use they'd be, though, if someone really wanted to get us.
Why can't they find us something to do on the inside?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe if we kick up enough stink, they might try a bit harder. Don't strain yourself, Frank.
Don't intend to.
Murphy catches you, you'll be back in the pound, Frank.
And you'd like that, wouldn't you, Delaney?
What's it, Burke?
You know, they say two's company. Did you have a good time last night, did you?
Ignore him, Matt.
Gets his dander up easy, don't he?
If you just rake up that stuff and shut your mouth.
You know, I've always noticed that with pufters. Just like Sheila's if you rub them up the wrong way.
Stinking son! Yeah, Matt! You bastard! Prick asked for it. Oh, you all right?
Oh, yeah.
With a nice mess of your hands.
Could be worth.
Okay, who started this?
Nobody started anything. Matt fell on his rake.
You do this, Burke?
Wasn't anyone's fault. I tripped.
Yeah, sure. Get him to the infirmary. You other two inside. The day's over.
What about the tools?
Leave him there. The women will pick him up later.
You're going to pay for that one, you bastard.
Geez, where's Lou? Can't she do that one?
She's still with Reno, I guess.
Well, she's sure taking her time.
Probably holed up in the can waiting for the...
I'll help you.
Thank you. Hey, seeing as Rabbit's better, hadn't we ought to start making tactics for tonight?
Oh, she's better than better. She's going to be here for lunch.
Oh, that girl must have a cast-iron stomach. I reckon. She'll probably end up having seconds because she's been spewing her guts out all night.
Oh, give it a rest, Mitchell.
Jeez, it's all right for you, lot. I just
Leave it, will you? At least until we've had lunch, huh?
Let's just hope Ray doesn't make minced curry. Oh, maybe try. Oh, no.
Hang on, we've got to talk. You got to do something about Marlene.
Thought she was back on deck.
She is, this time.
Meaning?
Meaning she was poisoned.
Oh, says who?
The sister. Marlene is allergic to drugs.
Yeah, well, she didn't have any stuff, did she?
Exactly. Lou must have slipped it to her. Now, what's she peddling?
Only coke?
Only. It could have bloody killed her, Keen.
Well, she'll know not to touch it next time, won't she?
She didn't know she had touched it. Now, you've got to take a stand on Kelly and get rid of these drugs. Trying to hook a kid on the sly, that is damn low. But almost killing her in the process, it's as good as murder.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll handle it. Now, run along, Desmond. I don't need you to tell me how to do the job.
You'll find Mason rather different from the usual type we get in here.
Slight understatement, Governor.
Well, that's what I need. If they were all the same, group therapy wouldn't get off the ground.
Waste of effort, Mr. Sutton. By the time you've read through all that, they'll be up to a whole new bag of tricks.
Still worth a try, Chris.
Department must be paying through the nose to have you doing such a useless project on your holidays.
Believe it or not, Miss Ferguson, I'm doing it because I'm interested and because I care.
Figures.
Oh, Mrs. Reynolds, I've just brought the men in.